Yes?
I think so.
Sound off.
One,
Need
two.
up.
Well, that didn't go well.
No, I did not.
The spirit inhabiting the Ninja's body.
Shit. Dorky. Are you there? You are muted. Ugh, or maybe she's not there.
I am here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, double checking. Then with that whatever, congregation, you guys are all here. So, let's get into it. What happened last time?
I could tell you if I could find the right notebook.
Yes,
Actually,
if
I
I
was
could
there
find
for
my
the
notebook.
beginning part, so someone else did
I'm
it for
sort
me.
of tired, but I'm also sort of not, so... I had an awesome dream, though. It was
Oh.
yeah. I'll tell you about it later.
The other side of the room. Why? Okay.
Go get it. If you don't
Yeah,
get it,
I'm
Yeah, go
going.
on.
I'm good.
Alright, in the meantime, I'll tell you about this dream I had. Alright, welcome to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Alright, because you guys know me, I like my, Cyberpunk, not the game though, fuck the game, but I like, you know, this sort of Warhammer 40k, techno priest sort of stuff. I had a dream where it actually combined in my real life job, and that sort of sucked, but it was like, yeah, so he's on vacation right now, so you're going to do a presentation with his reports? I know you're not part of those reports, but you gotta do it anyways. And I was like, what? I don't know this shit. When's the meeting? Tomorrow? Fuck. And then it's like, don't worry, we'll do a rehearsal for it, alright? Alright, just do it. And then it got to my turn, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know what to do for this. And then one of my, not my boss, one of my coworkers was like, oh, okay, no, I got you. Don't worry, we'll do thought to speech. And I was like, what? Yeah, thought to speech. Here, I'll send a call out to everyone right now. And then people's phones started ringing. And then they answered it was silent. And then my coworker, she was just like, alright, start thinking something. And then I thought, what? And then I heard my voice echo on all the phones, what? And she's like, no, right. start, do that one. And I was like, what? This... So if I think of random shit, then it'll play on the phones. Yep. And that's when the dream ended, thank God. I don't want to know how bad that could have gone. Alright, that's a time filler. Kirsty, did you get your notebook?
Yeah, I got my notebook. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Let's go.
Hey.
Cyberpunk. So, what happened last time? Silence, good start.
We found a prophetic egg. We left
That's
the
not where
town.
we started.
I never remember where we
Town,
started.
found a giant storm approaching, returned to the town, watched the storm, which was an egg.
The lightning had a weird dwarvish giant symbol in it.
Yep. I remember that we spent most of the beginning planning to try and get rid of the imp, and
And the
the
imp got
the
rid of
storm
us.
ended up getting rid of it for us.
We
Well,
rolled one
we got
d1
rid of it.
and got rid of it.
It's not
Yeah,
within
yeah.
a
Got rid of
mile of us. Maybe it's really high.
Maybe.
We do know there's elementals around. I wonder where that could be from.
Oh yes,
That's
I wonder
wild.
what I could have been.
That's fucking wild. I was listening to that at work. I was listening at work, and I just got a smirk on my face underneath, like, my mask and
took us,
stuff like
a
that. And I
solid,
was just like, oh,
15
Kirsty,
minutes.
you...
Oh,
Watching
freaking
the thing
Egypt!
forgot that I'd found out that the artillery hadn't exploded the egg, but only cracked it, but then it like detonated it.
That's a good point.
Correct. The artillery was not the thing that destroyed the egg, contrary to how it looked.
But I didn't get to the end, which is with the part. I don't remember what.
It's all good. That's what the
We
today's
got
for.
like 80% there.
Yeah.
What else?
So some small things. We were talking to Tolis, that's it. Tolis of the Heartlands. I remembered of the Heartlands. It's easier to remember. And we kind of dug into their backstory stuff a little bit. Apparently their massively oversized and educational book came from a diva and or daemon. I don't think they're 100% sure which one. But even though daemon is really close to demon, it's actually a good thing, not a bad thing. So like,
Correct.
sure. It's a very vague, kind of good spirit that in some circles will be like, oh, that's fine, and other circles probably be like, that's heretical bullshit. It really depends. Anyways.
Like many things in life, it's a lot of gray.
Yep.
It's like 50
After-
shades of it.
Oh, just not... Nyet.
No.
Don't worry. Well, I'm sure we'll get there in the campaign. Don't worry.
No,
Good
I'm sure
God,
we'll
I
not.
hope not.
I'm
No,
really,
I'd rather
I
not. Thank
second
you.
O.
Please, no.
So please continue.
Anushka's dark secret. Anyways, so we talk to trolls. We head out. Well, we try to head out. We go to the gate, which is currently being occupied by this. Just keep talking. By West Levy Legionnaires. As we're talking to them, and literally about to step out of the town, a huge.
You did. You did step out of the
abnormally
town.
large. Okay, fair enough. We made it out of town, and we immediately went back in as a massive,
Yes.
unnaturally powerful storm suddenly appeared.
Yes.
Cowards.
Most of everyone around us like dipped, unless there were military personnel. Probably a smart call. We decided to go up a tower and kind of inspect what was going on. I can't remember who exactly noticed what, but there was noticing of military people that seemed to be kind of itching for a fight. There was noticing of a stone off in the distance that was struck by lightning that had a giant rune on it, which was then shown to the rest of us. No one speaks fucking
Well,
giant.
I will give a course correction there. It was not struck by lightning. It landed with lightning trailing behind it.
Oh.
So imagine like shooting star
Yeah.
or a comet.
Yeah. So
now
kind
put
of
rock
like,
in rock and then electricity in wake.
Like fuck, what was that movie? Well, not movie, book, radio series technically. Fucking War of the Worlds? Was that it? Where the aliens came down in lightning or something?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah. Sounds like it.
ships.
I
think so.
actually don't know. I don't remember.
So it was actually all three of those things. It was a book, it was a
Yeah.
TV series, and it was a movie.
Yeah.
Whichever was
And a
first.
radio drama,
So-
which people believed.
It was
Oh,
a.
yeah.
Actually, was that one first?
Yeah. It
I don't know.
originally
I think
a
that
radio
one was
drama
first, yeah, because that was quite far. Yeah, because that was a wee while ago. I forgot about
anyways.
that. Yeah, people were like freaking out.
Sounds pretty cool. Maybe check it out for once later. But
Sorry.
for now, time being.
Distracted. Anyways,
Sorry.
radio dramas aside, we come across various different levels of information about various different things.
Such as D&D.
The guards decide, fuck that shit in particular, and start bombarding it with artillery, which does nothing initially. And they hit it with magic artillery, which does something.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll give Oriana, I'll give you the free knowledge. The fort town lines have approximately a 40-mile artillery range, except for the
Christ.
bigger forts, which actually have a 60-mile range. So they can bombard the hell and back on anything that's trying to approach, which is sort of the point of artillery.
Right. Also, a small note I just remembered. The guards didn't really have to, like, take aiming shots. They just kind of nailed it in one. So good on them,
Just get good, lol.
basically. After the stone detonates,
A good way of putting it.
yeah, some magical text appears above it, and then after a second, it's like, right, they probably can't read this, so they put it. So whoever designed this thing made it pop up in common eventually, and it said, I believe it was "Provincials beware the northern sky."
Yes. That was
Yeah.
it.
Skies.
Sky is.
Oh, skies. Apologies.
There's more than one.
Oh God!
Mm,
You look up and you see a green sky.
you tell me.
I
The fear.
definitely. Weird. I know I wrote that down somewhere, but did they hit it in one shot, or was it put in a place where they
Was-
wouldn't need to aim? That's a funnily good.
It was
point.
20 miles out, so both, I guess. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. To those of you that don't know, in real life, artillery and mortars actually have sensors in them to to tell them when to detonate. Because if it sinks into the ground and detonates, it's less effective versus detonating while right next to someone or some building.
Oh, I did
How did they do that? Basically, just I don't remember which type of wave, but like a electromagnetic wave. It just detects it like a radar, basically. Yeah, this setting has something similar, except instead of technology, we can substitute magic. Techno magic. So yeah, they don't know when to
Thank
detonate.
you. Yeah, it doesn't say northern skies. It says north and skies. It's specifying both north and skies as two different factors that you have to be aware of. Ha.
They are both capitalized, correct?
Hey. Also,
Did I pin it?
maybe.
Did I pin? What was it?
Also, something else I believe
I did.
Dane noticed, because it's a weird note. The storm was heading vaguely in the direction of the Weald, I believe. It was like northwest, I want to say. Yeah, northwest.
Correct.
And that's all. That's
More
all we
north
kinda
than west, but technically, yeah, still technically.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
I remember
Yeah.
it was vaguely this way-ish. Or
Yeah.
this way-ish. Something like that. It was weird. But considering the whole storm is weird, knowing the direction the storm is going might actually be useful, but who knows. After the storm dissipates as quickly as it appeared, we find the NPCs who took care of the horses for us. Good on them. Oh, right. Half of us were not half of us. Some of us were deafened for like a minute or 5. Tolos fixed that with fucking healing word, which is a very clever use of that. Healing word?
Healing word.
Yeah, healing word. Yeah. And we try to find Kasai and Lambert, which we do end up finding eventually.
Mostly just Kasai. I don't
Also
think.
just Kasai. Yeah, we weren't aiming at Lambert. He's just kind of there. Noticeably there with certain symbology not on him and saying, hey, we should probably get out of town.
Symbology
And
not on him, but like.
Or, yes, that's the phrasing I meant. Yeah. So we decided to get the fuck out of Dodge. Redane talked to him a little bit, and I'm pretty sure, like, everyone fucking heard them talking.
Yes, literally all of you heard them talk. If you
No one
even
could've
bothered to
not
listen.
heard them.
If you bothered to listen, you heard it. Because I think they rolled like a 9.
I don't think Silas did, because I rolled really shittily.
Okay, yeah, everyone except Silas, I remember, because you rolled like an 8.
Man, imagine rolling an 8.
Very unfortunate.
Yes.
Which is the going trend for your guys' rolls.
Yeah, either
Yeah,
with
sounds
God's
about
or-
right.
If it keeps going like this, I'm just gonna rename General Chat to like the Unfortunate Bunch or something. Because like, it would just be pretty
The unfortunate.
A
You're right.
series of unfortunate
Okay.
events.
Yeah.
Yes!
unfortunate
Series of
souls.
unfortunate rules, yeah.
Unfortunate souls.
Unfortunate souls.
I love that,
Anyways.
unfortunately.
Oh no, I'm singing the Little Mermaid now.
Nice.
So, anything else? What else?
We dip. Some of us noticed that Kasai and Lambert are also wearing platinum rings, which out of game O said was a specific spell that only clerics
Yes.
cast.
Warding bond.
We head out of town again. Real quick to
Again.
the first time, but this time we stayed out for more than 2 seconds.
Would have been hilarious if I told you to roll another D100 as soon as you guys left.
Stop.
It would have been fucking hilarious, and then if you guys get like another high number, and like you guys gotta go back in town, and then that would have been hilarious.
By the way,
Just-
for recording purposes, to get the storm was I think a 98 or 99. I can't remember. which one it
98.
was.
You rolled a 98.
God.
Like, yeah,
You rolled a
hot
98.
damn.
I'm happy you did because it just advances.
Let's just see
Plot.
what the rolls are today. Okay, I'm back on average, so someone else hit the rolls.
Kirsty rolled last time following thereafter. You got a 46, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Less
Yeah,
than
yeah.
half of what your result was. So,
Yeah.
Kirsty, can you give contrary points and roll a D100?
Okay, this is
Let
where
us
I-
see where the luck lies today. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's
Okay.
rather quickly.
Okay, okay.
That's more like it.
Mm-hmm.
We want the big numbers. Or small numbers. We don't
So,
want the medium numbers.
Anyways, you guys did leave town.
We are very distracted today. Left town, went to the geode that had been detonated, and inspected it with some. I can't remember the classification. It started with an E. The guys that steal part of your soul to stop you from doing magic.
Executors.
Executors, okay.
Good job, guys. Executors.
Yeah,
we're
good job
paying
on you two
attention-
for remembering that.
Yeah.
Take an inspiration.
Wait, but I also remembered.
You didn't.
You can
say
take an
it, though.
inspiration too.
I already have one. No,
All right,
thank
well,
you.
fucking sucks. bitch.
You got a big dick on him. Remember Dane showing his mag? Yeah, with most women.
Yeah, that's the thing. Since Redane is a Magnus, which is a Fred character lineage, it would make sense that you roll poorly. But then Fred himself is not playing a Magnus, so like, which one would win out? The source of the Nat ones, or the legacy of the Nat ones?
No.
We will
I think
see as the campaign goes on.
Aldrich rolled really well. I roll shit, so I think me is the factor here.
The more campaigns he plays, the worse his luck gets. That's how it works.
It really is.
Exponential
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Hopefully it loops back around soon.
Here, that'll help you remember.
Is that Pokemon? Hold on, what?
I don't know Pokemon. I don't know this one.
What it's called. That is
It's called Executor.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
What the fuck? Oh, that's the fucking
Or
Aloha.
execute? Am I right?
Aloha Executor.
So, anyways, we're back.
Fuck.
You guys
yeah,
investigated the quote-unquote egg.
I haven't said egg this entire time. Why would you bring it back?
I've noted that, and I appreciate it, but I know it's all gonna be for naught, Garth. I know it's gonna be for naught, so you can just say it. It's okay.
I think me not
Egg.
fine.
Me
though.
not?
3 of us also the same fucking joke.
Sorry, there's a 5 nat 20s, yeah.
I know.
Lucky cat.
Anyways, executors, taking note of anyone that's magical, which is everyone but Oriana.
Heck.
We all do different investigations on the rocks. I don't think we do terribly great. I think there's a bit of information we get from it, but in general, not great. It absorbs magic really well, and then can dispense that magic back almost equally as well, it seems. Like, there's not a lot of, like, loss.
Yeah, a good analogy for this is, imagine it's like electricity and a conductor.
Right.
This is like a superconductor. Right, there's very little loss of energy in the transmittal. That's a way of describing it, for a more realistic take on it.
Of course, the meme happens. We try to identify where the imp is. We detect elementals. Elemental is fucking with Kasai.
Yeah, so annoyed once I realised that.
That's
So
just
fucking
crazy.
annoyed.
That's crazy.
God damn it. Me and my
That's-
fucking smooth ass brain, like, honest to
That's
God.
wild.
To be fair, most of us didn't notice until about the same time. We're like, oh, shit.
Wait a fucking minute.
Yeah, I think we just left there with the idea of, hey, if you think of anything throughout the week, here's
Yeah,
a chance to go back at it, or we just fucking start heading north.
yeah. I do know that Tolis was talking to one of the executors, which is why they have a
Yeah,
nat
they
20
have
up there on the persuasion. And I never got around to making the item card, but Tolis is about to get a chunk
Of the rack.
on the sole promise that they do not, like, abuse its use. So long as it's kept and utilized for strictly academic purposes, the executor will hand over a small, tiny chunk to Tolis. Small, tiny one. About the size of,
like
like
the size of Pinky.
like the front bit of your thumb.
Oh,
Oh.
that's tiny as shit.
That is tiny,
Oh.
correct. And given that's not a chunk of crystal, it's a chunk of the stone with the crystal on it. So most of it is
Most of it is stone.
still stone. So thusly, it's not that great. What does it do? It can store a first level spell.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's basically a ring of spell storing.
It is the bust ass version ring of spell storing. Yes.
And it's that time. Oh my god. This thing could have held like a fucking 12th level
You
spell.
write it down. It's stats down, just to make sure that I've got it right.
Yeah. I'll make an item. I'll make a jank ass item card for it now. I'll call it Rock of Storing.
I've got a wee thing as well. I've got written down that the big large stone was a waystone, is that right? Or
Yeah,
it's like
it
a
was
waystone.
designed. It is the style of a waystone, correct?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
In journal all, and I'll put this in your guys'. Oh, you guys don't have an equipment section, do you? Oh, we'll make one of those right now.
We have an item sheet.
Yeah.
You guys have a bag of holding, but I want like a whole section for equipment. It's a bit more independent. There you go. Come on, roll 20, use the line. There we go. I'll formally type out something for the Rock of Storing and probably give it a better name than the Rock of Storing, but for the time being, that's what Tolis has. In Titan County, it is granted unto Tolis, not to any of you. That being said, if you guys ask Tolis to relinquish it, provided you guys aren't an asshole about it, I feel like
Give me
Tolis
a
might
fucking
give it.
rack.
Yeah, I mean, Tolis, they're a pretty
Yeah,
friendly
you're
person, so.
So we
I
you
guess-
can just skim it across the lake.
Yeah. Why did you do that? Why are you so mean?
Anushka's
What
the
the-
biggest dickhead of
You and Lakes Anushka. Anyways, what else?
Like, what does that mean?
I'll never tell.
Was she
So, I think that's
being
it.
a witch?
Don't bust out my secret, Garth, fuck's sake.
Oh shit.
I'm not playing anything. What?
What do you
Asonia,
mean not playing?
you good?
Sonia's playing music.
But I can't tell it to stop because it says
Sonia, are you okay?
fuck out of here.
She's gaining sentience.
These
Sonia has
elven
one
slaves
job.
all acting uppity. No, it's okay.
I heard about say these nuts. I was like, no.
You're on Twitch or something, man. I don't know. But yeah, you gotta get out of here, dude.
It's the
We're about
Christmas
to
hat.
roast
Give
you
me
over an
power.
open fire at this rate.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna preface it. Before I select the according music. I'm gonna preface with this. Does anyone have any further questions or investigations they want to commit to in this? I'm gonna call it the egg site.
Yes.
There, very well. One yes is all I need to hear.
I love that.
The egg site.
I mean,
Oh,
Future
that's
site
much.
omelets.
that's part of being a GM. I gotta.
You sound so dead inside.
I'm showing my sense of humor.
The full no. Scientifically, yes. In game, no.
Oh.
Come on, Antonia. Come on. You can do it.
Can we call it the hen house?
Well, this is Sonya work. So, let's get into it. You guys are situated in between a series of hills that, well, are sort of foundational to why it's called the Hilllands. Oh yeah, I was gonna make a map for the Hollowfield, but then it's a size and scope that, let's see, what's the dimensions, like,
Several hundred miles by several hundred miles.
yeah, something like that. Hold on, I have them exact measurements right here. Where is it? Is it? 520 by 200 miles. Yeah, I wasn't gonna make a map for all that, especially if you guys may or may not stay here that long. If you do end up staying here longer, then maybe I'll get around to it, but for the time being, I'm not gonna make one.
Oh, this was the site the missionary told us about, right? This little X here.
Bingo.
Okay.
That is past the Hollowfield.
How far away is that? Oh, Jesus.
Some
past
100 miles.
the Hollowfields. Oof.
Oh.
That's a fucking distance. Okay.
Glad we've got the horses.
Okay, no, a couple hundred miles. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are still at the investigation site. A perimeter has been set up, one made of personnel as opposed to any, like, tape or fencing. The executors are, well, two of them are still in the midst of collecting all the chunks. Meanwhile, one is getting blasted with theorem and formulae by Tolas.
Science.
A lot of technobabble, except magical technobabble. Magobabble.
Yes.
The executors look like it's completely going over their head, or are they like keeping up?
No, the executor's keeping up. That's quite clear. It's hard to tell in the first place, given that you can't really see the executor's face, but they don't look particularly lost. It's more they're more stunted by the situation of having to talk to someone at such a high velocity.
Fair enough.
So,
This guy's a short rest.
yeah, I'll say this would constitute a short rest if you guys wish.
So we're at the
Oh,
edge
in that
of the
case, I'll do
Hollowfield,
the summoning thingy that I've been trying to do.
Fair enough. Alright.
What were we saying? Oh,
Are we at the edge of the Hollowfields?
No! Oh, no! Oh, your side edge, yes. Your side edge. Not that side edge. My bad. I was
Wait, what?
misconstruing. You're on your side of the edge, yes. About 20 miles in.
500 miles
Of the
to the-
200 some miles that it is lengthwise.
Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna move off to like find a vantage point and just stare out into the open.
The highest vantage point is currently being occupied by the captain that joined you guys on this investigatory expedition. So you walk on up. It's quite literally the highest hill in the immediate proximity, unless you're willing to walk like half a mile out or whatever. You go on up there. In the meantime, one of you. I know a number of you got familiars with your level up. I know a number of you did.
maybe 3.
Yeah. if you guys want to summon those familiars here and now, you guys are free to. That being said, it depends on the cast time, because we discussed this before. A short rest in my games constitutes about 10 minutes. So, or 10,
Never
20,
mind.
30, yeah, 10, 30 or so. I think I said 30, actually. But yeah, something like that.
I mean, if I can cast it as a ritual in 10 minutes, then sure, yeah. Even though the cast time is
I
an
normally
hour.
say no, but I'll make an exception this one time. So we can at least get your familiar out of the field.
My casting time is like an hour, I think.
Yeah.
Mine.
You have a standard casting time, so yeah, like 10 minutes, an hour, something like that. I think it's 10 minutes, isn't it? 5 familiar.
Nope, an hour.
That's an hour? Oh, okay.
It's an hour and 10 minutes to
give
do
the
it as a
same
ritual.
deal. I'll give the same deal to you as I gave to Ninja, and that extends to everyone that has 5 familiar. If you guys want to cast 5 familiar now, maybe that's the reason why it happened so quickly. Like, because 5 familiar is basically you're conjuring up a familiar from another world. So the fact that 3 of you are doing it simultaneously probably makes a bit of an open rift for them to more easily enter through.
Right in the proximity of a big magical rock.
Right in the proximity of big magic. There's a lot of
massive battery.
explain why it takes 10 minutes out of game. Just fucking cast 5 familiar.
It's just like a magical Home Depot. You pull up and
Yeah, just
Hey,
get
we
it
need
over and
3.
done with.
We need 3, and then you go over to the parking lot, and then you say, we need 3 to the guys there. Moving on. So, if you guys want to cast 5 familiar ritually, I'll let you guys do that. And we can call it a day.
We.
So, we'll get to Redan and his observations shortly. I'm assuming you're all casting 5 familiar. Ritually.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
I can only cast it ritually.
The only way I can cast Find Familiar is to go looking through the bar.
3 of you have it. Well, actually, wait.
Oh, that's a chunky fucking spell.
Hall.
I mean, yeah, that's the causation of 5 familiar. Wait, is it 2 or 3 of you that has 5 familiar? I'm getting lost now.
It's at least 2.
At least 2. Deet, Brendan. Did Silas pick up 5 familiar? No, right?
I can't.
You can't. I thought you could.
It's not on
Who
your
is-
spell list.
it's not a bard spell.
It's not Bard's spell.
Interesting.
Okay, well, there we go. Just the 2 of you then. Anyway.
That's a
Fine
I
by
might
me.
not anyway.
Yeah, anyway, I will be right back.
How fucking dare you? How fucking
I know, I'm sorry. Oh, 2
This
seconds.
fucking the
I'm
nerve.
taking your next week's excuse. So, you 2 set about casting 5 familiar in proximity of, again, the big magic stone. Luckily, it doesn't absorb energy that indirectly. What do your familiars look like? You guys tell me. What
go
form do
first?
they take?
Ooh. Okay.
I know Ninja has his in mind already if you want a little bit of time to think on it.
Yeah, I think I want a little bit of time to think about it.
Certainly. Ninja, regale us.
So, while summoning this small little creature, Brendan sits down, crosses his legs, brings out some various items, some petrified sand, that type of thing, and starts summoning, speaking in 2 languages, switching between them as he goes. And as he does, the items begin to float up and gently spin around before sort of disentangling themselves into a small mist of the items, which coalesce into a slightly blue, slightly see-through, pixie-looking thing. So slightly bigger than your hand, slightly blue, slightly see-through, wings, looks feathered, big beardy eyes, cute, but still strange looking, and definitely otherworldly. It's hard to point out if they're Fae-ish side or if they're elemental side based on their appearance and what was used to summon them and their general outlook. And as they spin, they sort of float around, sort of like a hummingbird, dancing around and just sort of experiencing life in this new strange place that isn't familiar to them. And Brenda will start speaking to it in those two languages again, switching between them as he goes.
I will say the guards do notice this. The executors 100% notice it, but they don't stop you or anything like that. It speaks in a small, sort of squeaky, high-pitched voice, fitting for, well, literally small things. There's a whole science for that. That's besides the point.
I shall get the image because I can't remember where to put it.
Wonderful. That makes life
It should be in our private chat, I believe.
That would have been smart.
It's our private chat. I can see it.
I wish I found it in Pinterest because that's where I remembered.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it sort of flies around. Its wings sort of buzzing like a hummingbird, and it just goes, huh, huh, huh. To the point where two of the Hellenic outriders that are keeping the perimeter just look at each other, and just like, it's like the two stormtroopers in the end of Mandalorian season 1. They're just like, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
Huh. Kasai is focusing on it very intently.
I just lay out a hand for it to sort of land on.
It lands and sits like crisscross.
Just
Very
stroke his
casually.
cheek and go, hello there, little guy.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Brendan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Where are we? What is this place?
Uh,
Who are you? Oh, you said.
yeah,
Who are they?
These are my companions. Be careful with them. Some of them are a bit weird. He says,
weird.
having horns coming, like he's the weird one of the bunch.
Weird is good.
I know, but I'm still getting used to them.
So am I. Who are they?
It's like these
Just pointing off at guards, executors, so on.
people that we should stay away from, little one,
Why?
because they don't tend to like people that are weird.
Why?
I don't know, different of upbringing, maybe.
Maybe we should talk to them.
Oh, they don't like me too much.
Maybe I can talk to them.
I hope someone would be so interested in someone as cute as you.
They like put their hands on their cheeks, like, aw. Aw, thank you. So I should try. And they begin like standing up.
Not just yet. Let's get familiar with this land first before we start
Smart.
making new friends.
Smart.
And I'll bring
That
out
means-
a little bit of toffee and start feeding.
Do you give some to the familiar?
Yeah, feeding the familiar. Yeah.
This is the first time they've tasted toffee. In fact, as you said, this will be the first time it's done a lot of things in existence. So
Yeah.
it takes like one bite, like one chunk bite. But the thing is, like, it's toffee, so you can't really chonk on toffee.
Yeah, you just sort of.
Yeah.
Her mouth locks in place.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Chew it.
Mmm. That's the thing to ask. Is this a guy, a girl, or is this like a genderless creature?
Oh, probably more leaning towards female, but definitely sort of gender is a unique concept for it.
Yeah.
It's a spirit by nature. It doesn't have.
Yeah, spirits on bits. Laps and Loa. Loa. Thank you. But yeah, it's just like chewing very, like very quickly. It's like watching a hummingbird eat. It just keeps going bit. Yeah, he be in the corner like... That's, well... No, never mind. In the meantime, Dorky,
Yeah.
what form is your... So your Find Familiar is going to be a bit different than his Find Familiar, because he's a Warlock. Warlocks have entirely different subsect of Familiars, potentially. Versus Find Familiars for basically everyone else is more keeping with the tradition of things. It's like a small creature, like a animal. It's not actually an animal. It just looks like an animal. It just takes the form of an animal. Which I think the potentials for them are listed in the spell description itself. So, with that in mind, what little critter doth your familiar take as form?
Yeah, so I think my creature, I want it to be like a small dragonfly type creature.
So like an insectoid-esque creature.
Yeah.
Okay. Dragonfly-like creature. How big is it? Because the dragonfly is only so big, but in technicality, it might be a bit larger than a standard dragonfly.
How large can we get? Like,
Have you
able
ever
to
seen,
like fly on it?
No. Familiars are not that powerful. That's a different spell entirely.
Yeah.
Familiars are meant to be in traditional D&D and in setting. They're meant to be like little critters and helpful spirits that do exactly. They help you do stuff. Not to the point where like they fly you around, but it's just like the fucking owls from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay.
They deliver messages for you. They can look at stuff for you while you're away, going to take a piss, while you're making a potion, stuff like that. They aren't gonna kill someone for you, most likely, and they aren't gonna carry your ass. They're meant to be utilitarian little helpers, not literal other people.
I think the biggest familiar as standard is an octopus, which is small.
Yeah. Yeah, small, yeah.
Which is a weird...
Yeah, I think I'll just go with like a small dragonfly. So, like, its wings are glowing, like a glowing orb of light. It's fast. Wait, can I say that about my familiar?
I mean, it's as fast as a dragonfly would be. It is by capability the same as a normal creature.
Okay.
I'll give you the glowing wings bit though.
Sweet. She is like she's a girl and she is quite curious. She's curious, but like skeptical. I know it's like contradicting. Yeah, cautious.
So like many people in this party. Oh wait, not tired. My bad.
So she tends to ask a lot of questions.
In technicality, it can't speak except to you.
Yeah.
Again, warlock familiars can speak because they're from another dimension. Well, I guess they're all from another dimension.
You also have to physically go get them every time for some of them.
Correct. Warlocks have to sell their soul to go get theirs. Versus yours is just more over like, I'm here by obligation, duty, curiosity, whatever tickles its fancy.
Yeah.
And to the point where, yes, if you guys abuse your familiars, yes, I will have them not be in your service anymore, and then you guys get a different familiar. These are living creatures, so they have desires. And being used as a suicide bomber is not the desire for many things. If you want a suicide bomber, go get like a quasit or something like that. The little rat insect bastard.
Blacklisted from all familiars.
Yeah. So you summon a dragonfly and it begins buzzing around again to the chagrin of a lot of the guards here. But you guys are outside of town limits and they're not going to blast you right now. They're just noting you.
Travis is staring at it.
It just buzzes in front of your face. The humming of its wings echoing through your feline ears.
Silas stares at it more intensely.
It stares at you with all of its eyes. All 107 of
Too
them.
many eyes. Too
How
many
does
eyes.
You missed.
How does it appear? Would Silas know that it's a familiar?
Given that it was just mystically summoned, yeah, you know it's familiar.
Okay, because otherwise Silas would have bad at it, but Silas will leave it alone because it's a familiar.
I don't think there's a dragonfly stat block, is there?
Don't think so. Let's have a look. Dragon.
I mean, there's like swarm
There's
of
a giant
insects.
dragonfly.
Is there a giant dragonfly?
There's a giant dragonfly which is large. It's from Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
God damn, of course it's from that one. That makes sense.
I'll
crunch out a sheet for it later. It would be pretty easy. It's just take its fundamental stats, size, and stats, and just reduce it down, and the rest keep the rest the same. It'd be pretty easy. I'll look into it later. So, since there's now another flying creature apparated, your familiar, Brendan, actually begins flying, and the two of them just begin looking at each other. Hi. What's your name? Zal is just looking at these two tiny creatures quote unquote talking. He just rubs his chin, rubs his 5 o'clock shadow and just mutters off to Vaso. It's like I'm back in the twins again. It's like my spirit vision quest. You're what? Don't worry about it.
You're who now?
No, I'm gonna worry about it. Your what? Your spirit vision quest? No, I'll tell you I can.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I want to know that.
I'm curious as
Sounds
well.
Garth.
Please do tell us.
I'd like to know.
Apparently, you just put yourself.
Everything's to do. Well, I'll tell you I can.
Yeah.
He says, looking at the guards and the executors.
I hold you to this.
Speaking of camp,
So-
is there anything else that we need to handle before leaving? Or should we just take
Well, let's switch gears on that, actually. Meanwhile, Redan did go over to the highest perch around, within decent walking distance, to get a sight line around the place.
dramatically?
Redan, can you roll me your perception, like classic? Take a good look around the place, to the best of your ability. Hilllands are hilly, after all.
Please roll good.
Shit,
Just roll good. Just
You
roll
had one
not
job!
good.
Oh god.
You literally had one job.
God damn it. God damn it.
This bodes well.
He's too busy looking
Right.
majestic with the wind blowing his hair out of the way that he can't see.
Luckily for
Stare
you,
the wrong way.
luckily for you, the captain is also looking at stuff. Glyphal, that's great. I'm gonna steal that art. I remember there was a cat dragon art someone had. Actually, now I think about it, it was a commander here in the Hilllands. She had a cat dragon familiar,
Yeah.
and you guys almost interacted with her,
Damn.
but then you didn't. So, anyways, moving on. The captain turns to look at you as you're walking up the hill towards him and getting, just it's like hiking, taking the sights. Except in this case, it's much more of a strategic and tactical sense there versus a recreational sense. Although maybe that's in there too. As you reach the crest of the hill, he looks at you, just gives like a nod, like an acknowledgement of your presence, and then continues looking out. His hands behind his back, like sort of one hand grabbing at the other arm's wrist, just surveying the place. Just looking.
Yeah, I would just join him and do the same.
You look around, rolling hills. Some are more grassy than others. Others are scorched earth policed. Others actually have foliage and, well, basically small forest growing out off in the distance. Yeah, this place is called the Hollow Fields. It's hollow in the sense of, well, civilization, societies, people setting up communities out here. That's not to say it's devoid of life itself. Although, definitely closer towards the provincial side, a lot of it has craters and bombardment evidence. But towards the Navidos side, it's more overgrown, more verdant, and so on. So, where you guys are currently situated, 20 miles away from the provincial side of things are decently desolate. even with a 9 in perception, you do spot what look to be abandoned townships dotted here and there. What's left of the ruins of them still stand rather prominently. This would be equivocal to... Well, here, want real-world equivalencies? Go look at Garth's profile pic. You know, these are stone structures that have remained standing through centuries despite wear and tear and elements and other entities utilizing them. There have been towns that were attempted out here way back in the day. And the fact that they didn't remain peacefully settled is the fact, or is the reason why this war is even on. None in the immediate proximity, but you do spot a couple that are a couple hours out, some miles. So thank you, Garth.
I'm surprised you just had that.
I have it because I almost lost it, and it's the only picture I have of that trip. So I have it on like 15 different locations now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It also just looks really nice.
It does.
Yeah, very picture, photo esque.
Perchance, an old stone wall built by a man named Hadrian? It sounds like this would be the place for one.
It would be the place, except, you know, Nevers could probably just break through the damn shit anyways.
I mean, like,
Nevers, they don't raid.
Real one.
That's the point of Nevers. Nevers don't raid. They kill. They're warriors, not raiders. Which is the point of Hadrian's Wall, is to catch them on their way back with loot. Yeah, the Nevers don't loot. They don't want provincial shit. They want provincial blood. So there's not much point in making Hadrian's Wall in the Hilllands. So that's besides the point.
Fair enough. No, it's good to know.
Yeah, to give us context. Good questions. After a stint of silence, the captain just opens up to you, Redan, with a remark. You are all very foolish or very brave to be going north so